So 7 games into the new season, what's your review of how it's going so far?
Oh, you just saved them questions to the end, didn't we? 7 games in. Well, I mean, I think it's a list of priorities, really. I think as a coach, player, journalist, support, whatever, is obviously first is results. Results have been very good. I think bar the Oldham equaliser, which we all know shouldn't have stood, but that's life. And Altrincham, where we didn't perform. Apart from that, results have been good and fair, I think. So that's the first tick. After that, we know we're scoring so many goals, creating things. Another tick. And we all know, obviously, we've conceded too many goals. So that's the clean sheets is yet to be ticked, without keep repeating the word tick too much. So we're aware of that. Players are aware of that. Everyone's aware of that. We can see we were scoring nearly 3 goals a game on average and conceded 2 a game. Okay, it's always better to have a plus column, isn't it, in the goal difference? But yeah, as a team, as a management, and as a group of players, we want some clean sheets because then if you score 1, you win the game. So yeah, that's the area we want to improve on, and hopefully that starts tomorrow.
Are you where you would want to be at sort of this stage of the season? I know the manager's very sort of performance based, isn't he? Are you sort of satisfied with the displays that you've seen?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'd like to be top of the league and won every game. Very much about league tables and standings, as the manager is, by the way. He wants to play attractive football and attacking football, but he wants to win. Believe me, like we all do. So we're winning more games than we're not. That's the main thing. At the same time, there's things to improve on to make sure that winning could potentially become a little bit less complicated, a little bit stressful at times, and I'm sure there's times in the season, by the way, that we're having to rely on our grit and our back line to stay 0-0 in games, and then we need our attacking side of play to liven up and win us the game. So all things come round in all departments. At the minute, we're scoring more than we're conceding, which is great. But like I said in the interview the other day, we're not sweeping things under the carpet. Even when we're winning, the gaffer and us, we're all looking to improve in all areas of the pitch.
Has there been more of a focus on the defensive side of things in training, or are you still sort of how you have always been?
I think you always touch on things. Probably touch is a little bit too light of a word. You always focus on things, like you say, on the subject matter that you could improve on. So what you do in this sense, you don't say, well, we're scoring loads and creating loads, so we'll stop working on that. You have to be quite balanced with your approach, is what the manager and us try to be, whilst realising that, okay, we can't score 4 goals every game to win. We don't just say it, we have to do something about it. So that's the personnel on the pitch, that's us as coaching staff. That's all us involved together to try to make sure that, like I say, winning can become a little bit less stressful. Now, there will be times in the season where, like I say, we rely on hopefully our clean sheet, our sort of ability to get a clean sheet, and then, like I say, hope the attacking lads win us the game. At the moment, we're scoring more than we're conceding. The back lads are contributing to those goals, by the way, from set pieces and things like that. So everyone's contributing something, but can we improve in certain areas? In all areas, of course we can. Even going forward, there's sometimes we miss some chances. We don't be missing chances. At the same time, we've conceded some poor goals, and that's definitely something we want to improve on.
Can those defensive improvements, do you think they can be made from within the current group, or do you think that you may also have to recruit as well?
Oh, I believe in these players. I think the manager believes in his players, recruited them, and there's no point recruiting and all pre-season banging the drum about what a lovely group, what a good group. I think we could win the league, and then 7 games in going, oh, scrap that. So no, I think, listen, the players, whether they're defensive minded midfielders, attackers, goalkeepers, whatever, will always, behind closed doors, talk about what they can do better. But certainly, I'm not going to change my tune of these players. What a great set of lads they are to all know that they're not the ones. We're joint top of the league, whilst knowing that there's some good big improvements to be made to make sure we stay up the top of the league. If you're making mistakes, make sure you win and make mistakes, whilst realising that those mistakes can't continue and the last minute goals can't happen every single game. We know that, the players know that, but they're giving their all, and no one's happy that, you know, when they make mistakes or that's attacking or defensively, by the way. So no, these are a good set of lads. We want to go out tomorrow. We want the result to go our way and other results to go our way, and we want to be top of the league come the weekend and going into next game and so on and so on and so on. So yeah, the focus is on tomorrow. The focus on the good set of players we've got who are giving their all, whilst knowing, yeah, come on, lads, there's certain things we've got to do better, and I'm sure they will.
Dagenham and Redbridge on Saturday, then they've won 3 in a row. What sort of game are you expecting? Will it be a footballing game, physical battle? What do you think?
I think it's always physical, no matter who you're playing. If you're playing against Notts County, which, you know, pass last season, there's still an element of physicality to it. I think obviously Strevs knows the league very well with his days at Eastleigh and now obviously Dagenham. He seems to have turned the corner after a poor start, and three wins on the trot is great at any level. So they'll bring an element of physicality, of good individual play, of good shape, of all those buzzwords we use as coaches. You know, at the end of the day, they're a good team. They've lost their big talisman in Yef Young, and wish him a speedy recovery, because anything related to your heart is really puts football into perspective. So I hope he's recovering well. So I presume they'll be without him tomorrow, which you'd think would be a big loss to them, but they've won the last 3 games without him. So they're finding a way to win. They've got some good individual players. The lad Hill was at Eastleigh as well. Got some good skill, does some good bits, scores good individual goals. And the last 3 games, they look like a team that are singing off the same page. So they'll come here, like I always say, as underdogs. We'll have a big crowd backing us, expecting, and we have to produce.
Are they going to pose a bit of a different test to what they've done in previous years? It looks like they've had quite an overhaul of the squad there in the last sort of 6 to 12 months.
It may be, yeah. I think the last season was really disappointing, wasn't it? On a Tuesday night, we were like half time. We were mullered, weren't we? We gradually got ourselves off the floor, but it was too little, too late. And then lad, you know, Marias and big Paul McCallum, they sort of usually have 2 up front and 2 big centre forwards. I think they've gone a bit different this year with the 1 up front and the lad just playing off them. A bit similar to our formation, I suppose. So I think there'll be a different type of team that they were under Darren McMahon. Whatever tactics you've got, whatever personnel you've got, you've won 3 on the trot, and they'll be coming here bouncing, and we have to make sure we send them home unhappy. But we only do that if we turn up, if we play our game, if we're tight at the back, if we take our chances, if we keep the ball well, which the manager always talks about, we'll be okay. But yeah, all those things we have to make sure we do, or else it'll be a long day.
Jeff King came off midway through the second half on last Saturday after taking a bit of a whack. How's he?
It's okay. Yeah, he's been training, so I think it's more like a whack to his hamstring and the nerves in his legs. So yeah, he's been training. So yeah, I think he's okay. In terms of the others, we're all okay. Bailey Clement's back now doing some light training, so I think he'll be back with the group fully from Monday. Sheck's still a couple of weeks off, sadly. Apart from that, we're okay.
You've got some good players who aren't in the team at the minute. How difficult is it to keep them all happy?
Yeah, it is difficult. I mean, I suppose that the gaffer speaks to them regularly, and you know, he's not one of them that just blocks them out. If you're not part of the plans, he won't talk to you. We all involve the lads who haven't been involved. I mean that on a personal note. I think that's important. Like I said earlier, you can't talk about what a great set of lads they are and then sort of leave the ones out and alienate the ones that aren't playing. And when you need them, you expect them to turn up. So it's very important you keep squad harmony happy. When you're near the top, you don't expect too many changes, but there's always things on the pitch that can be improved. And we're always looking to see if the lads who aren't playing can come in and make a difference. So whether that happens tomorrow or not, we'll wait and see. But like I say, the boys who haven't been playing, the lads who haven't been even on the bench, have carried themselves absolutely brilliantly. They're really, really pleased to be at this football club, and they're waiting for their chance.